I'm Elaine.
And I'm Rachel.
And welcome to
Legs Out.
And away we go. This is the podcast where we tell you about Formula One our way. The races, the cars, the drivers. We are obsessed.
And here's why you should be too.
Hi, Rachel.
Hello, Elaine.
Welcome to Between Two Ficuses, a ripoff of Zach Galifianakis, Between Two Ferns. Ferns.
Coming out of the gate so strong in the midst of the greenery. This is our spring break. Look at us. We made it to the beach, the forest.
It's fabulous, isn't it?
ASMR of the wind in the trees.
We're in the studio. There's a show going on this weekend that apparently requires ficuses, which, great. Here we are, due to schedules.
Yes, due to schedules. We're not in my home, and we were like, let's be in our little pocket studio.
You never know what's going to be in here.
That's true. So you may also hear some strains of some gorgeous music.
Yes.
Which will just be lovely backdrop to the businessmen we're going to talk about.
Exactly. Or shouting and door slamming, which also happens
Who
frequently
knows?
here.
Yes, we love a bit of drama.
Don't we? All right. So, top of show. What are we going to talk about today?
Well, we have to address a newsroom. We took a little bit of a break because F1 has been on a break, and we were like, hey, we should also probably chill.
What's
We're
a
doers.
break?
Yeah, we don't know how to take breaks, but we were like, let's do it. Let's force ourselves. And
Rachel,
we did it.
you were the one. You looked at me and you're like, should we take a week off? I was like, what?
What words just came out of your mouth?
What? Oh my gosh, it was lovely.
Yes, we did well. I hope everyone missed us.
Yeah.
Not too much, but just enough. And now we're back.
Yeah. Well, I missed
missed
you.
us. Yeah.
We missed you too, viewers. So don't forget to rate, review, subscribe so you can stay tuned and apprised of all of our fantastic adventures in F1 and beyond.
Mm-hmm. Well done. Well done. And Formula One, McLaren, Red Bull, Gianpiero Lambiase were really rude, and they decided to hear that we were on a break, and they were like, let's drop some bombshell news.
Oh my gosh. All right. So we're going to touch on that. We're going to touch on maybe there's some new regulation updates. We will also cover, we're in the middle of our team principal coverage. I will do Alpine, Flavio Briatore, and Steve. Just
Another little white guy name.
Did you know that when I don't know someone's name, I usually go with Steve? It is the most generic white person name.
I go with Frederick, which is not the most generic white person name.
That could be Austrian, German.
Yeah, I like a little whimsy, as we all know.
Okay. Yeah.
So the Alpine cacophony, that's who you're going to be covering.
I'm going to cover the Alpine stew. Who are you covering today?
I've got Andrea Stella from McLaren and then also Graham Loudon from Cadillac. And I was actually delighted to find out more about Graham. Knew nothing about him, and he ended up being one of the more heartwarming people to learn about. So I'm excited to share some of his little quirks.
All right. Well, you're purely going to have to cut me off at any time because there is so much to say about Flavio that this could be his own episode, but I'd rather not.
But we don't want to give him that stardom because
Yes.
gross. Okay, do you want to just jump right on in? Because we have rehearsal at 2 p.m.
Yes. I would like to give a little sad Titanic song to GP, Gianpiero. He has been Max's longtime race engineer. I recorded some first thoughts that we posted to our Instagram, so if you want to go check that out. He is leaving. His contract is expiring, and he is jumping ship to McLaren. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Why? What? All McLaren? Why?
Because they're better.
Yeah.
That was unkind of me.
We'll see.
A key thing to say, though, is that he's not leaving yet. It's a little murky as to whether he is leaving at the end of the season, if he's going to be serving some gardening leave in between, but the Chief Racing Officer does not start until 2028. This, of course, is not something we'll dive into, A, because you would love to pretend that the existence of any possibility of this doesn't exist, and B, this would need its own episode. But this leads to a lot of questions about whether Max will be going with him, what Red Bull and Max's side of the garage would look like without GP, where that leaves them.
So many questions. I just feel like it's important to say, though, that this chief racing engineer job that he is taking with McLaren...
Chief. Because, it's really important
Officer.
to... say these mumbo jumbo names. So important.
These self-flagellating titles are very hard to keep up with. He's reporting directly to Andrea Stella. He will not be serving directly with either driver. So where does that leave Max? That makes me feel more comfortable. I don't know why. I feel better knowing that it's not like
he's leaving for Lando.
Right. Exactly. Which that would be kind of hilarious actually. But just because they're friends, Max and Lando, I don't feel like there's really any bad blood.
And the lore with Max Verstappen and stealing things from what's our gentleman's name? Oh my gosh, what's his name?
The gentleman?
The gentleman from whom Max stole a girlfriend, race engineer, and F1 seat.
Daniel Kvyat.
Kvyat, yes. It would be a little ironic for Max to have one of his toys to be stolen out of his pram. Not that I want that from him, but
I don't even need to do the gesture for Shady Palm Tree.
Shady Palm Tree.
Because the Shady Palm Tree is already here, Rachel. She's here. She's green. She's present. Get used to it. All right.
Incredible.
All right. Well, we can just put that in the box of things we're going to be watching for the rest of the season. If we have any updates, we'll let you know. Next bit of newsroom. Is the FIA doing literally anything with this break to help the situation with the cars?
They actually are. So there are 6 things that they are highlighting to make small tweaks to the power unit largely. There's also like a random one thrown in there that's going to help with wet weather running. These are things that I'd love to do a deep dive on in the future as we get to understand if it's going to make a difference. But we'll just say for now, they're trying. Woohoo!
You know, I feel like that's all we asked for, honestly. We should have asked for more. I feel like last time we left it, we're like, at least try to do something.
Yeah.
We should have said, do something, period.
Yeah. I think it's going to get worse before it gets better, but I think it's going to get better. I really do. I want everyone to hang on.
Okay.
Hold on. Little fingertips. It's still fun. The drivers are still excellent.
We're literally at the top of the cliff. Grab on, motherfuckers, because we're gonna. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Yes. So, team principals. Andrea Stella, to give him his official title, is the team principal and chief racing officer of the McLaren MasterCard Formula One team.
Okay.
This is since December 2022. He's been with McLaren a lot longer than that, but his team principal role that we talk about so much being split with Zach Brown, who is the CEO, that's been the arrangement there at McLaren since the end of 2022. Stella is an Italian, and I love the beautiful pictures of where that man grew up. I was like, what a life. Of course he's doing great in life.
I thought you were just going to say, I love Italians.
I mean, I do. That is true, period. We could just leave it at that.
Okay.
However, this particular Italian, I love. He is from Orvieto, Italia.
That was beautiful.
Thank you. I'm actually a little shocked myself, as we usually know. And when I try to tackle anything outside of English, it's like...
Lovely.
Yes. This is like right in the middle of the calf of the boot that is Italy. I couldn't decide if I was doing English or Italia. Okay, anyway, the calf, the boot.
If you don't know where the calf is right, that meaty part right under
But
your
actually,
knee.
Orvieto would be like right here, like in the middle of the calf, medially and laterally. I think.
Yeah.
Don't quote me, physical therapist. Okay, anyway, it's beautiful. It's stunning. That's maybe the most emotion I saw him use when describing anything, that and his coffee order, which I'll get to in a second, because this is a very calm man.
Okay.
Like, it's actually difficult to find anything personal about him because he's very, very close-lipped, tight-lipped about his personal life.
I love that.
Which, I was actually like, wish I knew more about you, but also kudos, because it's really hard to be in this level of the spotlight and also be like, he has 1 wife and 2 children. Period. That's pretty much all I found. But him talking about where he came from, he like kind of beamed, the little like light in his little face turned on when he was talking about his hometown. So he does have one of those engineering backgrounds that we've been talking about. This man has got the hardware, as we said. Why do I keep saying that?
He's got the hardware.
Aerospace engineering graduate from Sapienza University of Rome.
Engineering, just like Can I very quickly
Yeah.
just mention that I completely butchered the Haas team principal's name, and I would like to severely apologize to every Japanese person. It is Ayao Komatsu.
Good.
Okay.
I'm like,
Anyway.
is it right? Is it right?
I
don't know.
Every
I don't
single
know.
time. Because it's pronounced like it's spelled Ayao.
Yes, apparently you do not skip any of the vowels.
Ayao.
Even if a consonant is in there, you just
Ayao.
continue to pronounce the vowels the same. And as often happens, for me at least, start to say something in Japanese, I like study the person's mouth who's saying it, and I'm like, I got it. And then I maybe say it correctly once, and then again, it's like it just slips right out of my brain, and I'm like, wow, I sound like a Texan again.
Other
Dang
languages
it.
are challenging.
True.
Unfortunately for all Americans too. So we again, I apologize, but
It's okay. We all forgive you. Me and everyone else who I
who has
was
a
not
heart and
offended. Yeah.
compassion. Thank you for those of you.
Yes.
Also, that sounds very similar to Komatsu, who was going to be a complete space engineer and design rocket ships.
Yeah. To have that brain where you can just decide cars or airplanes, space or circuits.
Very
what do we
similar.
want? Yeah, that's wild to me. He then went on to get a PhD in mechanical engineering, and he said aerodynamics specifically where that PhD is. So the man has the stats. He started his F1 career with my favorite team. There is a through line for people who are doing a banging job at other teams, and that would be Ferrari. They start there, they learn a lot, and then they get out. So he started in 2000, and he was with their test team. This is in the years that teams could just as long as they had the money and the resources, they could just send a test team round 365 days a year. We, of course, now have very limited test days, but this was back in the day where money talked. Still does, but in testing specifically. He then got promoted to the race team for Michael Schumacher. Just casual. Hey, I've made it past the test team. I'm now with Michael Schumacher, the GOAT of all of F1.
Exactly.
Yeah. I just genuinely, when we talk about wanting to be a fly on the wall, that is, I think, where I'd want to be. Like, if I got to choose a period of time,
Yeah.
it is like early 2000s Ferrari with Schumacher. I get chills thinking about it. It's just like,
Interesting.
what a time to be alive.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
a time to be competing.
Oof.
RIP to everyone else who was competing against him because it was,
Yeah. A slaughterhouse.
oh, wow. Yeah, true. Okay, so he then stays there with Schumacher for a while. He then takes the same role, performance engineer, with Kimi Räikkönen, and they win the title. They do it. Wow. 2010 through 2014, he spends 5 years as Fernando Alonso's race engineer.
Aw.
I just want to quote McLaren here. They wrote in the little McLaren bio for Stella, coming within a whisker of winning the title in 2010 and 2012. Coming within a whisker. What a little turn of phrase.
I wonder if that's an English phrase or that's like
Maybe
a
they just really
translated.
liked cats. I don't know.
Sure. Just
Anyway,
a whisker.
the important thing is that Stella and Alonso formed a really strong bond, which is why he then was like, hey, McLaren, this is where I'm going to go. Because Alonso goes to McLaren.
Interesting.
And so Stella takes a little detour and heads on over, which would be an important time for him. But before we make it to a McLaren, little MotoGP fun fact.
Yes.
He really is the GOAT of MotoGP, Valentino Rossi. Did you know that he considered jumping to Formula One?
No.
Yeah, like for a little while. It was like kind of an ongoing like flirtation between Rossi and Formula One. And so when he was testing, he was like, well, I'm going to test with Ferrari. Obviously. Yeah. And so Stella was his race engineer for that time when he was testing.
Interesting.
So yeah, just, a couple of the best in motorsport in general.
Love this.
That closes his Ferrari chapter.
Yeah.
Which is maybe for the best
Not
for
surprising.
him because he makes it on over to McLaren in 2015. He spends 3 years as the head of race operations.
Okay.
Once again, I'm just spitting out a lot of titles, but
Yeah.
it's good to know. It's good to know. This was a promotion from race engineer because it's, as you were just saying, not with one driver in particular. You're now having a view over race operations.
Yes.
So you are climbing a little bit higher on that organizational pyramid.
Yeah.
2018, performance director. 2019, quick promotions. He is promoted to executive director of racing. And
Wow.
this is really where he gets very shiny.
That's a big
as
jump.
It's a big jump. And it's where people are really like, okay, so we're kind of preparing you for you to take this team principal role.
Yeah.
Because he really proves that he has that wide view that you need in this role, that you need to be able to be granular, but mostly you need to be able to inspire people and keep your brain wide open to like 70,000 different little rings of interactions. I'm impressed. But what's more impressive is the fact that now that he is team principal, that 2022, they have now gotten 1 drivers' championship with good old Lando Norris and 2 drivers' championships for the team, the first in like umpteen years.
Yeah.
So he really was like at the helm of maybe not the uphill climb, but once they were at the top of the mountain, he was who was directing it.
That is interesting. The more research I feel like we do about team principals, the more I feel like conflicted I am as far as how much influence they actually have over everything that happens in terms of like taking that team to winning a world championship. Right. That is really impressive.
Yeah, he spent a lot of time putting in his time. And here they are. Oh, yeah.
You said it, Rachel.
Well, he does have a wife and 2 sons.
So he knows.
Yeah, he knows.
He knows how.
His coffee order. This is the only other thing.
This is the fun fact. Yeah, okay, good.
This is the only other thing that I saw him be passionate about.
Yeah.
The question was, what's your coffee order? And his answer was, weak, tepid cappuccino. Let me quote you. Let me quote him to you, rather. Cappuccino, and that's as long as I do the Italian accent, should not be hot. I don't know why everyone wants to make a hot cappuccino. It's tepid. He wants like next to no coffee, a lot of milk, and not very hot.
Wait,
are we doing it wrong?
I kind of love it.
I mean, I generally am like, you know what? If they do it one way in Italy, I'm going to say that's better. But this is a way. No, I need it to be hot to begin with. And then I want it to cool off, and then I'll drink it.
Yeah, I don't want it to burn my mouth.
Okay, so maybe we both just do agree with him.
Wow, okay.
But it was like a hot take, no pun intended, to hear him like he like looked down the barrel of the camera and was like, tepid. It should be tepid. And I was like, whoa.
Hot take, no pun intended.
That's just like a lot of idioms in one bucket.
It should be tepid.
It should be. Anyways,
wow, okay.
You need a tepid cappuccino to manage Oscar and Lando, which is something we've talked about ad nauseum. So just know that like he's trying.
Yeah.
He's trying. One of his quotes on this is, when you are in my role, it's like when you have 2 sons and somebody says, which one is your preferred son? Yes, but they are my 2 sons. How can you say which one is the preferred one? And I will say Zach Brown, Lando, Andrea Stella, Oscar. And I'm okay with that right now because they're not racing for the championship right now.
Freaking-lutely. And you know what? As a parent, you always have a favorite. You have a favorite.
Have one. So you, of course, have a favorite.
But I just know that you have a favorite. You just
Maybe it
do.
changes by the day.
Probably.
I don't know.
Or by the year.
Oh.
He was not my favorite until recently. I'll be honest. Young years are not my favorite. Anyway.
That's about what we got on Stella.
Love it.
He is a very serious, very studious man.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now, would you like me to, that was the bread. Would you like me to fill the sandwich with meat, or should I give you a little bit of like lettuce and tomato and then let you put a second layer of bread before I put the meat? That would be a weird sandwich.
Gonna be honest, I'm confused, but let's go lettuce.
Okay. Yeah. So in that case.
Oh, this is we're choosing Nielsen or Briatore. Yeah, let's go. Can I change my mind?
Yeah.
I want to hear about Flavio. Give me some drama.
All right. Are you ready for this?
I mean, maybe not. I'm
This
a little
bucket
nervous. It's frightening.
All right. I'm going to lead with my fun fact.
Yeah.
Did you know Flavio Briatore has a child with Heidi Klum?
What? You flabbergasted me. I was like, yeah, he's probably got a bunch of children.
No, I
Heidi
knew this would be a good
Klum.
one. Uh-huh.
Wowza.
Which, true to form,
The man pulls, I guess.
he was a...
I don't like that I said that.
what did you say?
I said the man pulls. I don't... Can we just delete?
Polls?
Yeah, I think it's like he can get it. I don't know.
Did you make a sexy joke?
Yes, I think so. And I'm scared. And
She's
I
not
want to
even
go
sure.
home.
We can't quit now. We must keep going. The show must go on, Rachel. Well, the man polls. You heard it, y'all. So as he polls, apparently his poll attracted Heidi Klum.
Yeah.
Of all the polls.
God.
Heidi Klum. Heidi freaking Klum.
I mean,
Are you ready to hear
why
how he
would
fucked
she-
that up? Yeah, well, here's what happened. They were dating.
Yeah.
Briefly.
Okay.
She got pregnant.
Okay.
Guess what he did?
Left.
Yep. Guess what she did? Leveled
Got
up.
more beautiful?
Yeah, leveled up. Started dating Seal, and Seal immediately, while she was pregnant, Seal immediately petitioned to be the father of the child.
Good job, sir. Well done.
That
like
is
that.
the difference between good men and pieces of shit, ladies and gentlemen.
You
There it
heard it
is.
first.
Anyway, yeah, she's gorgeous. She's a model.
Yeah.
That was my little fun fact.
Okay. What a way to start.
So here's his full title. Technically, he is the executive advisor and the de facto team principal.
Okay.
So de facto means in fact versus in law. So not in law is he the team principal, but in principle,
Yeah.
he's the team principal, if that makes sense.
It actually did. That was helpful.
Good.
Yeah.
Yes. That's as best as I can describe
Yeah.
that.
Well, it is truly just we all know, but no one's saying it.
Yeah.
This is just you're saying the quiet part out loud now.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And if I want to break it down even more, when we talk about Steve Nielsen, he's the person who handles the day-to-day of the team principal-ish role.
So he's the lettuce.
He is the lettuce that supports the meat, essentially. And he reports every day to Flavio.
You know, it always ticks me off for these people who are probably exceptional. This guy's probably really freaking good at his job, but he is now the side character
Yep.
to the Flavio Briatore show.
Of the world. Yep. Yep. Lovely. Okay. So if you know anything about Flavio and Formula One, you will know that he was the managing director / team principal of Benetton and Renault, which Benetton became a lot of things. Renault, Lotus, and on and on and on, and now Alpine. Benetton was a clothing company, though. So that started in the 70s. And when the clothing company Benetton, the owner met Flavio, was charmed because criminals tend to like to charm
Flock
with
together.
each other. Yeah. Then the CEO of Benetton decided to put Flavio in charge of the American operations to open stores, which Flavio did with great success at a very rapid pace, making him an incredibly wealthy man. So that is where most of his bulk wealth comes from. Now, I want to note that his illegal activities start early. So this is even before F1. I'm just going to go over the convictions that he gathered.
Lovely.
Pre F1. These are all in
Pre-F1.
Italy. Because he is also an Italian man. He was born in Italy.
When I say I subscribe to all things Italian, this is the one I am subscribed from.
Let's be clear
Please
here.
uncheck that box for me. Thank you.
Untick that one. So in 1984, he was convicted of fraudulent bankruptcy.
Cool.
This is because, when
Give that man an F1 team.
he was an
That's the right
assistant.
thing.
Yep, exactly. Oh, Rachel, don't worry. It gets worse.
It gets so much worse.
So he was assistant director to a man who owned a very big paint company.
Okay.
This man in the paint company was blown up in a car. What does that say to you?
What?
The Godfather? That would be correct.
I was not prepared for full mafia mob situations. Should have been.
Starts
Should have been.
early, baby. It starts early. So for that, he was sentenced to 4 years in prison, which was then appealed down to 1 year.
Yeah.
2 years later, 1986, he is convicted of fraud and conspiracy for helping a rigged gambling league.
I'm just laughing because I was naming years and I was like, 2005, race engineer. 2006, promotion. And with Briatore, it's like, in 2007, he did this crime. And in 2010, he did
He
this.
levels up the crimes, I will say. It just gets better and better because they
Okay.
continue in Formula One. Also, I just want to jump back to that 1984 fraud bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Because the reason that charge came through is that it was gross mismanagement of the paint company. So
Okay.
the paint company completely dissolved and went bankrupt after the director owner was killed
Unalived, yeah.
by definitely not the mafia.
Sure.
So 1986.
Okay.
Yes, this he was convicted for helping a rigged gambling rig. That was he got a few years for that, but it was reduced to 1 year, 2 months. Guess what he did?
What? did he do?
He, just like Heidi Klum, he hightailed it the fuck out. And he hid in the Virgin Islands, St. Thomas.
As one does,
As
when
one
he got
does.
buckets of money and is, increasingly corrupt. Cool. Super
Until
cool.
Italy absolved his crimes.
Why'd they do that?
It's funny. I can't really find a lot of information on that.
Okay. Maybe because it's shady.
She's here.
Thank you, studio, for
Shade.
supplying us with the actual shade.
If you're not watching this giant palm tree is epic. Maybe we just post a picture of it.
Yeah, we will.
Okay. All right. So let's move right along till he enters F1.
Great. I'm like sickened. I'm like laughing because I'm uncomfortable.
It's like-
because how is he okay? How is he out in the world?
It's gross. He has no moral compass.
No.
This is a man who
Maybe he does and he just decided to shatter the compass.
No. I think this is like, wow, we're getting into it. I can neither confirm nor deny that he is a psychopath. Okay. So
Super fun.
can't sue us. Benetton, good old Benny. Benetton purchased Tollman Motorsports. Tollman.
Tolman? I think it's like the N is a little Tolman.
He purchases Toll. It's gonna be like Bar Honda,
Which has become one of my favorite bits. I really enjoy it.
Can you wait? I can't wait until we're doing live podcasting for audiences and everyone gets to see how insane we are. What our mouths can do.
Yeah.
Well, that was weird.
Move on. Go back to crime, Elaine. Go back to crime.
Crimes. Tollman Motorsports, F1 team in 1985. They don't hire Briatore because he's like, F1's not on my league.
Okay.
I'm like a master criminal.
Yeah.
I don't have any interest in motorsports. Well, then he went to the final championship race in 1988 and he was like, I bet I could do some shit here. So they hired him in 1989 to manage their commercial operation, which makes sense considering he is a commercial success in terms of marketing and clothing store, right? Totally. Let's move
makes
that
a lovely
into
connection.
F1. Well, Ferrari did have the Marlboro girls. God dang, that's hard to say. Marlboro girls. Sexy women. And that's what he did. He brought supermodels like Heidi Klum, Naomi Campbell, which she both subsequently dated, brought them all to Formula One to like up the sexiness of the sport.
Can I just give a little asterisk there and say that it used to be grid girls wearing next to no clothing, and now we have grid kids. The little cute kids that you see, that was the replacement. Because F1 was like, we should probably look a little less misogynist. Actually, this might be a good move for us.
Yeah. I mean, there are still girls with little clothing on the grids, but they're not.
But like, it's okay.
It's not official.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just living their lives.
Yeah, just live your life.
Rocking
That's
their
fine.
fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right.
back to the crime.
Love that. That was a good plug.
Cool.
Back to crimes.
That
So-
could be the title of this episode.
Back to
Back
crimes.
to crime. We're back in action. Flavio's back to crime.
Here we go. By 1991, this is 2 years. 2 years he had assumed control of the team as managing director, team principal. I've heard this called, oh gosh, what was it? I was listening to The Race the other day, who also did a fabulous episode about team principals. And it was the era of the bull, peacock? Piranha.
Yes, the team principals used to be referred to as the Piranha Club.
Yes. So this is where I think the piranha in him, being a social, moral, terrible human piranha, this plays to his advantage, which he will fully admit.
Yeah.
He flaunted the fact frequently that he didn't give a shit about the rules. He simply cared about playing the political game.
Right.
So here's when the F1 illegal activities starts.
Super cool.
Yep. 1994. So 3 years later.
Yep.
He was involved in the scandal that was launch control. Okay, this involved illegal traction control software.
Which I love this version of Formula One, where it's like, how far can we push it? And Flavio always pushed it so far to the other side that they got caught. But other teams maybe push it a little bit.
Oh,
into the gray area.
Oh, this is like a whole season of getting mired in the shit. Like, here's the thing also is that we can shit on Flavio as much as we want, but other teams were cheating 100%.
100%, yes.
Just not quite as
Overtly?
aggressively.
Yeah.
Yes. So by the way, this is confirmed. They did use illegal traction software, and it was confirmed by an ex-mechanic on LinkedIn.
That's the most action LinkedIn has ever gotten.
He wrote an article on LinkedIn, and they confirmed it. He said they used spark cutting techniques. Okay. All right. So this same year, Jos Verstappen, who is Max Verstappen's daddy, he got caught in a refueling fire at the German Grand Prix.
Yikes.
If you have not seen this video, it is insane. I don't know how he managed to stay alive. When they would guzzle the giant tubes into the car to fuel as fast as they can, and then they couldn't get it out fast enough, and everything was on fire. Please go look it up. It's insane.
And I'm going to check this for myself, but I don't think that's the end of refueling. I don't think Verstappen's incident is why they quit refueling.
No, you are correct. That's not the end of why they quit refueling. And the reason that fire happened is, in fact, not safe refueling practices. It's because they used the fuel valve without a filter. So they were able to funnel the fuel in 12% faster.
Okay.
So this was like a time-saving technique.
Right.
To get the car out as fast as possible.
Okay.
Which then almost killed somebody.
Yep.
Also, the guy holding the fuel line is like, whoa! So obviously.
That's not funny, but
It's not, but like, literally.
Your reaction was.
This is really bad. You have to laugh, otherwise we cry.
Yeah.
Benetton and McLaren that same year used electronic aids for better starts.
Okay.
And this was confirmed. But it wasn't proven. So like FIA went in to check to see if they were using that illegal software. It was confirmed, but they couldn't confirm that they actually used it. So they were only given a fine.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's always a fun spot because it's like, we know you're doing something, but we haven't been able to catch you.
So all of this happens. At this time, Schumacher is at Benetton. Guess what Schumacher does?
Leaves.
Yeets right out of there. Goodbye.
He did look great in those colors, though. It was a very nice era for him.
No. Ferrari
I
all
mean,
the way.
for sure. But
Icon.
Like, he was an icon wherever he was because he is an
Marlboro.
icon. Yes. Marlboro. That is a really hard one to say. I will give you that.
All right, moving right along. Hey, Rachel.
Yeah.
Would you be okay if we ditched Loudon?
Yeah, we keep being like, let's talk more and more and more about these really fascinating people. So, you know what, guys? This series is ongoing.
Yeah, I love this.
Loudon, our little heartwarming man,
Yep.
is going to be another time. We're just going to be stuck in the mire of crime and lettuce.
I need something to look forward to. We're sort of almost there. I only have two more crimes.
Okay.
I only have two more crimes.
Give it to me.
That we know of.
Yeah.
2007, Spygate.
Ding, ding, ding. Oh yeah, and this is a calm one. This one, they're like literal podcast series that deep dive this. So if Spygate is something that you are interested in, I will link the series that uncovers like sports crimes, and they did a great expose on this.
Thank you, because this sounds like a fascinating spy novel, honestly.
Like they should actually have a movie of this, in my opinion.
Oh my God, why haven't they done that?
Yeah. You could hire us if you would like any like background. No, we could be like a side character. I don't think I need to be the main character.
Yes.
Because it's not a woman, but
We should make it a woman. No, it's okay. Women aren't dumb enough to do this. So
cover their tracks a little bit better yet.
So I'm going to give you the very, very, very Cliff noted versions that
Yeah.
are probably slightly inaccurate. So please forgive me. McLaren basically stole information from a former Ferrari employee. They settled out of court in England. So this happens in a matter of months. This is really, this season is insane, 2007. This is a season I would like to be a fly on the wall for. Then more evidence comes out. McLaren gets a ban. They were banned from the Constructors' Championship and fined $100 million, which to date is the largest fine ever handed down.
Interesting.
Yes.
Good fun fact.
And just to note, much like Flavio's sentence, this has been reduced to $31 million.
Of course it was.
So what does this have to do
Why do we
with...
hold no one accountable?
That's a great question, Rachel. Maybe we should. What does this have to do with Flavio, you're asking? Renault was found with info on McLaren's cars.
Really?
Yes.
I was like, I don't remember him coming up in this. I must just not remember. No, that's so interesting.
So, yep, it all comes full circles, ladies and gentlemen. Full circles. They found the information. He was found guilty of breaching the code, but he was not given a penalty.
Of course not.
All right. Moving right along. I'm actually not going to dive into this last one because we have talked about it frequently. And this also could be its own episode.
For sure.
2008 Crashgate.
Yeah.
I just want to say, I know Alonso is your boy.
He is.
I think he was involved. He had to have been. He had to have known.
He probably did.
Okay.
He probably did. Like a little bit, but like plausible deniability. Like he's just trying to win. And they were like, hey, go do this. And he's like, what? Should I not ask questions? That's, I think, where he was. Like, I think he knew that something shady was going on, but I hope that he was not part of who was perpetrating the shadiness.
I'm just a little Alonso boy. I was just asked to keep going.
He was raised, like, he's been a part of Formula One during all of this time. And so, yeah, the man is not without his flaws, I'm sure, but that's part of the reason why I love Alonso is that he's my Max Verstappen in that I like a little villain arc.
Okay.
Because if you look at my other drivers, none of them are like a little dark.
Respect. Well, Piastri is as squeaky clean as you could possibly get.
I don't know. I feel like if anyone were to
that man is a Mr. Cleaner racer. Like
we're not even racing, and somehow Piastri is being ran over by the bus again.
He's my favorite character to run over. I should give him a break.
You did, I will say, recently. You said something. I don't remember what it was, but you said something nice about him.
I don't even remember it now.
Don't say any nice things about Flavio.
Oh, don't worry. There's nothing.
Wait, actually, no, I was curious. I was curious to see if you would find anything that you were like, here's a redeeming factor of Briatore.
Listen, if I had my hands tied behind my back and a gun pointed to my head, what I could say is this.
Sorry, scared.
I know, that's truly awful. But what I would say is that the man is cunning. He is incredibly smart in a business and political sense.
Sure.
And for the era that he was most involved in Formula One, it served him incredibly well. He is ruthless. And I think he's a certain era of man that I hope is dying off immediately. Because I think that type of man was in charge for so long that... and now everybody's more aware, and people are being louder about the fact that douchebags should not rule the world.
There you go. Okay, Crashgate.
All right. So basically, if you are interested in that, you can review one of our other episodes. But Nelson Piquet Jr. was asked to crash into a wall at lap 15. Alonso had just refueled. This allowed him to win from 15th place on the grid. So what became of this is that after the Singapore Grand Prix where this happened, Flavio and another man was also evicted. I will say. I didn't write his name down.
I also always forget about him, and we shouldn't.
Yeah. He's back in F1.
That's the sucky thing is it's not like, oh, he just disappeared from the history
No.
books. No, he's also back.
He's also back.
The man is also back.
Yeah.
Lifetime ban who?
Yeah. Renault.
Lifetime
ban. Barhound. Okay, so Flavio was forced out of Renault and given a lifetime ban, which was then overturned in a French court in 2010. France, I love you, but what are you doing?
Yeah.
Why?
Also why?
2022.
Yeah.
He's hired back on by F1 as an ambassador for the sport.
That is what is the most ridiculous is ambassador. Like not a quiet like office backdoor businessman. No.
He's the one you want in the front representing.
Ambassador. Like I don't even have words for how ironic.
Yeah.
And how I have no words.
That's
irony. That is the definition of irony.
There are no words.
Yeah.
And so a short 2 years later, guess what? Back at Alpine as an advisor.
Just in time to derail your man Jack Doohan's career.
Exactly. Oh, fucking asshole. And then a year later, there he goes up to the TP.
What a story. How do you leave Heidi Klum? This is like same thing with like Christian.
I knew that would get you though.
You led with the thing because I expected the race shenanigans because you hit the nail on the head in that he was damn good at his job.
Yeah.
In the era that this was acceptable.
Yes.
Like same thing that we say for Christian Horner. There were a lot of wins and a lot of team successes that we can ascribe to his way of leading a team.
Yeah.
We can also not condone that way of leading a team.
Exactly. This is a completely new, completely new era that I hope we are entering in. That was the old Piranha Club. And you are exactly right. I thought immediately of Horner, just because of how smarmy they both are and how good at politics.
Horner was coming up as a team principal during that era. And so in some ways, it's like, Horner, you could have acquired a moral compass, but also the environment in which he was thrown into expected him to be smarmy. So in some ways, I'm like, nope. Still gonna blame Horner. But
Horner.
I can't say his name today. I'm still going to blame Horner, but I will give him that tiny little caveat that, like, it was a kind of competition of who can be the worst without getting caught in a lot of ways in that era.
Yeah. And it was more about, are you the face or are you like, what are you actually advocating for? Are you just there to look pretty and argue with people and like promote your team, which doesn't really require you to know a whole lot about the rules and regulations of Formula One? I would say Horner has a much deeper background. Yeah. But anyway, you know what's good about sandwiches, Rachel?
What?
Is that sometimes you can just eat meat and bread.
True. I guess lettuce, this poor, sweet, heartwarming man is yet again going to be cut on the cutting room floor.
Can I just tell you? Let me give you a teaser.
Yeah.
Steve Nielsen drove the catering truck for Formula One.
Oh. So he really is lettuce.
He really is. Wow. He's the produce man for Formula One.
Dang it. I'm so disappointed. Okay. So I guess we're going to have to come back.
Yeah. Let's leave you hanging. We're going to dangle Steve Nielsen.
Yeah.
And who's your guy?
Oh, Graham Loudon.
And Graham Loudon.
I feel like that man is a cute little, like, biscuit. I feel like he's like a good little warm biscuit with a little bit of butter.
Let's do jam then. Steve Nielsen will be the jam.
I'm still partial to lettuce. If he was the produce man, I think he's got to be lettuce.
Okay. That's fair.
Anyways, cliffhanger of the produce.
Ooh, those were juicy.
Those were juicy. That was...
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
This is such a fun segment, y'all.
Same. I'm really enjoying this. They are fascinating. So how many times can we call them fascinating men?
They're fascinating, complex, and they're assholes.
Yeah.
So many times. We can just run over them as many times as we want because it's our podcast.
Yeah.
All right. So we will leave a few more team principles. We got to leave you hanging. We got to keep you coming back. Make sure you're subscribed. Follow us on all the things.
Correct.
That's it.
That's it.
All right. So with that, it's legs out.
Shoot. I looked at you and
Leave that in. Leave that in.
Let's do it correctly now.
I love it when you try to take my line.
I'm sorry.
So it's legs out. And away we go. We'll see you next time.